If you had the choice between Shrek and Vladimir Putin, who would you date? I may not be sexually attracted to men, but today I'm going to find out, if I were, which one of these two men would I date? So let's go! Okay, this one is a clear win for Shrek. Vladimir Putin is okay, but Shrek looks cool. He looks iconic. He looks marvelous. Also, he's green. Green is cool. I like green. I'm gonna give this one to Shrek. Shrek has a better personality than Vladimir Putin. This guy is hilarious and has the best one-liners. Plus, he has a Scottish accent. I find that very cool. Not to mention, Vladimir Putin doesn't speak much English. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. I don't know if you remember this, but in the scene where Shrek wasn't even married to Fiona and they were having fun together, he blew up a frog and made it into a balloon for her. That is peak romantic right there. I don't see Vladimir Putin blowing up a frog for anyone anytime soon. The only thing he's blowing up is Ukraine. Sadly. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. It takes a lot of IQ to live in a swamp and be able to maintain that lifestyle. Being able to go and find shelter and food for yourself in that kind of environment takes a lot of intelligence. Intelligence that Vladimir Putin doesn't really have. Also, I did some research and I found this TikTok that says that Vladimir Putin's IQ is lower than Kim Kardashian's. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. Vladimir Putin is a very rich and famous man. Shrek is a very rich and famous man, alongside being an absolute global superstar and inspiration. He is the man that taught the world that just because you're ugly on the outside doesn't mean you're ugly on the inside. And he also created the famous quote, "Ogres are like onions. They have layers." Not gonna lie, that quote made me tear up the first time I heard it. Although both have achieved success on a very massive scale, Shrek's success is clearly on a whole different level. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. I'm not sure how many friends Vladimir Putin has, but Shrek has a whole village of people who are not just friends with him, but they're ride or dies. Vladimir Putin could have the entire country of Russia be his friend, and it still won't amount to having a talking donkey who impregnates dragons on your side. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. Vladimir Putin has the style of a middle-aged car salesman getting ready for Toyotathon. Meanwhile, Shrek, on the other hand, is dripped out from head to toe. My man has the withered, authentic leather vest on top of the burlap, and he matches that with the spandex to let you know that he has been hitting leg day. And to top it all off, he's got the limited edition dead stock swamp-ass 11s. Not to mention, his outfit is a complete one-in-one. The only way you can acquire Shrek's outfit is if you buy a Shrek costume. But you're not going to need to buy a costume of Vladimir Putin to replicate his outfit. I'm going to have to give this one to Shrek. Now, Vladimir Putin seems like a tough guy, but does he seem tough enough to take an arrow up the ass? I don't think so. But I wonder who is tough enough to take an arrow in the ass? Oh, that's right, Shrek. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. I heard Putin did sports when he was younger, but has he ever escaped a goddamn dragon? If I'm being completely honest with you, if Putin was in the situation Shrek was in to save Fiona, he would be more dead than Lil Pump's music career. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. Unlike Vladimir Putin, Shrek is Shrek. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. Okay, so apparently Vladimir Putin's net worth is $200 billion, so the guy is loaded. But Shrek himself is already rich, because he has friends and fulfillment, and most importantly, happiness. There's nobody in this world richer than a man that has all three. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. Okay, for this one, I can't really give an exact answer, so I'm just gonna have to make an educated guess and go with Shrek on this one. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. So if you do your research on the two, Vladimir Putin has 2 children, while Shrek has 3. I don't know about you, but if you do the math correctly, Shrek is clearly the more fertile one. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. I feel like Vladimir Putin is the type of guy to only listen to the Russian national anthem. I think his playlist is super bland. He probably listens to like remixes of the Russian national anthem here and there whenever he's feeling spicy. Shrek, on the other hand, looks like he's bumping that NBA Youngboy, some J. Cole, 21 Savage, maybe even a little bit of Taylor Swift. Shrek is a man of culture. I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. I did my research, and according to the interwebs, Shrek can bench press approximately 440 pounds. Now, I couldn't find Vladimir Putin's bench max, but just judging by the fact that there's an article online titled "Vladimir Putin's workout routine is shit," I'm gonna have to give this one to Shrek. So in conclusion, if I had to choose one of these men to go on a date with, it would have to be Shrek. Now, if either one of these men slide into your DMs, you know who to respond to first. But anyways, that's going to be it for today.
Neither are.
Subscribe!